Hey everybody, here with a quick update. Cassie is on the stand. Now she's being cross-examined by the defense team. And the defense team, they threw a little whammy on the prosecution last night. I guess everybody playing dirty. They're playing dirty on both sides. So now the defense team, they dropped about 400 exhibits on the prosecution. Say, here, look at this. Y'all want to bury witnesses in a pile of discovery evidence and hand it over to us? Well, here it is the night before we cross-examine your prime witness. We are dumping 400 exhibits on you, and we're doing the best we can to get it to you so y'all can look through it. Now, while they're cross-examining her, all is fair in love and war. Cassie read out some text messages that she sent Diddy saying, please, I don't want to do no more freak-offs. Please, I want it to be just you and I. Well, now they're reading text messages she sent to Diddy. I love you. I miss you. I will fly anywhere for you. I want you to freeze right there for 1.2 seconds. We're talking sex trafficking. We're talking, the P word, right? I will fly anywhere for you. Anywhere. So how did I force you to go do things when you have written down that you will fly anywhere for me? Let's talk about this. Let me go ahead and share a screen so we can get more into this story. So Diddy trial, defense begins, cross-examination of Cassie, questions about early loving relationship. And I did hear, which I think is a good advisement, that the girls are not in the courtroom. Y'all can confirm that for me if y'all heard something different. I don't know. I think just Mama Combs is in the courtroom. I don't know if the boys are in the courtroom, but I heard the girls are not. And I know many people like, oh, they need to hear what their father did. There's a lot of people who parents have done a lot of things. Let's keep it 100. And they don't know or haven't heard about the said things that their parents have done. And their life goes on fine. And just because your parent perhaps wasn't arrested, locked up, or charged, or is not a public figure, there, like I said, a lot of parents have done some wild stuff, and their kids don't know about it, never heard about it. The kids, yes, it's going to be in the social media, but I don't think they physically need to be in court hearing this. That's just diva thoughts. Let me know yours. So, the fourth day of testimony in Diddy's New York federal sex trafficking trial began Thursday with Cassie taking the stand again, with Diddy's defense team turned at cross-examining her after 3 days of the prosecution's questioning. Sean Diddy Combs' defense attorney, Anna, asked Cassie to read a text she sent to Combs years ago. Cassie read it out in court. I love you, smiley face. I'll fly anywhere for you. I love you, Cass. Now, let me tell you something. First of all, I don't have a text message from yesterday pretty much. I don't know how they got access or how they kept all of these text messages from decades ago, but hey, I guess, sometimes, it's good if you keep them because you may need them. In this case, they did. Now, I am positive they had mountains of text messages between Diddy and Cassie. They pulled this one for a reason. I'll fly anywhere for you. Think about the charges of what he's being charged with. And she is victim number one. She is the prime witness in this case. So if they can prove that this was just a relationship that was volatile, toxic, but not a case of him just picking. When you think of sex trafficking, you think randomly they just plucked somebody off the street and they started selling this person and using this person, so forth and so on. She said, I'll fly anywhere for you. I promise you that this is going to come up in the closing arguments. That's my diva thoughts. Affectionate messages from Diddy were also shown to the jury from early in their relationship, which Cassie described on the stand this morning as loving. I'm a very lucky woman. I miss you so much, she said, reading from one of the exchanges. Now, see, the contradictory of it all is crazy, because she said very early on, he introduced her to different things when it came to sex and also to freak offs. She said very early on. So very early on, you was introduced to this dark side, but you saying that in the beginning, everything was so lovely. What was it? The first 2 days is the beginning, and then right after that, it turned dark. I'm just checking with y'all here. We got to dissect this thing as if we're on the jury, if we're part of the jury pool. Diddy's defense team appears to be deploying a strategy of attempting to show the loving relationship between Cassie and Diddy during their lifting relationship in an effort to bolster their position that she consented to the terms of their relationship and chose to stay in it. Well, see, the other piece here where the prosecution to me has an uphill battle is it's not like she lived with this man 24/7. She had her own place. Yes, he had the key. She just told the story about, the Prince party. So it seems like 24/7 y'all wasn't together because he was at the party. You didn't know he was going to be at that party. You didn't tell him you was going to the party, but when you got there, you saw him. So did he have 24-hour surveillance on you? You got to explain how there were never any opportunities for you to run. Cassie admitted she'd been in love with Diddy for more than a decade, but she seemed to push back on a question about her continuing to return to him for 11 years, saying, I wouldn't say coming back. She said she believed he loved her back. See, because she's speaking naturally, she's telling her truth, right? She believed he loved her back. See, if you want to roll with that everything was always volatile, it would be that he beat me into submission to come back. It's a lot. Again, it's a hole there that the defense team, if they play this thing right, they can loop onto that hole. When asked whether it hurt when he cheated on her, she said, not every time, right? So to me, if I was being trafficked and I didn't want to be there, him cheating on me wouldn't matter because I wouldn't be considering him my man. I'm considering this a person who is holding me under without my consent to do these things. Do you see how they can get at these holes, the defense team, depending upon if these 9 lawyers are taking notes and dissecting this thing as she's speaking? The lawyer didn't reference a tooth. This is Diddy's lawyer. Hold on one second. Okay, the lawyer then referenced a 2009 email and asked Ventura what BG means, and Cassie replied, baby girl. Before the jury was seated Thursday morning, prosecutors told the judge they were frustrated by the defense dumping 400 exhibits overnight, which they haven't yet been able to analyze. Well, they did that on purpose. Douglas Wigdor, which is Cassie's own attorney, addressed the judge and asked to be included in any considerations by the court about what she could be asked about by the defense. Since she's the only named witness, it seems he's concerned about privacy issues as she's asked about her sex life and other lifestyle activities. Well, I don't know how you can block someone from asking someone questions. If you get up on the prosecution side and they can say whatever they want about my client, I should be able to ask your client whatever I need to ask her to save my client. You can't just trash my client and then I can't talk. That's not what we're doing. Let's hear Douglas talk. This is Cassie attorney.
She told her truth. I wouldn't want to be having to do that cross-examination. That's for sure.
Are you worried about how she's holding up being pregnant and having to deal with all that stress?
It's always a concern, obviously, given that she's about to give birth, but in the coming weeks. But
I heard it was June 1st. Is that
I'm not going to give a date, but as you can see in court, she's very pregnant. She's about to give birth, but she's holding up strong. I mean, having to recount what happened during those 10 years and beyond, and talking about her contemplation of suicide,
right.
Really just very powerful.
What do you think really is the part that got to her? It seemed like when she really talked about their love, she really started to break down about how he just wasn't giving her what she needed, and she really felt that they were in love.
I think really just she was numb from drugs that she was taking and everything that she had gone through, and she realized that she had to tell the truth. And
What-
she told the truth in November 2023 when she filed her civil complaint. She revealed that she settled that case, $20 million.
Were you surprised that
And-
she said
and-
that?
Because
No,
stating the
that's
number was
fact.
kind of.
And now she's here in court to tell the truth here. So great, as I've said before, we have great faith in the jury system. We're going to let the jury decide, obviously, on Mr. Combs' faith, but today was just a powerful day.
I know you
Thank
don't
you very
represent
much.
Mr. Fine, but how is Alex? He looks not that great leaving here sometimes. I can only imagine. Have you checked in with him or anyone checked in with him?
Just put yourself in his shoes.
Thank you, sir. Ciao. Have a good night.
This little mama, I picture her being little. The one from TMZ, she knows she get that story, right? Listen, shout out to her. Shout out to the people that has to carry the cameras and get these stories and be out there for all these situations, just not Diddy's. Listen, guys, these two, it was a lot. It's a very dysfunctional, violent, drug-filled relationship situation. And listen, we never know what goes on behind closed doors. When you saw these pictures of them out and about at these different events, how would you ever know? How would you ever know that something like this was going on behind closed doors? I will say this to Cassie's defense. The best I could say is I do get when you love somebody so much, but when you love somebody to the detriment of self, that's bad. It's bad. You cannot and should not get in a relationship until you truly love yourself. And no matter how lonely you think you are, I would stay single and heal self before I got into a relationship with anybody else, because you may be vulnerable and susceptible to nonsense that Diddy put her through if you don't love yourself, because you're looking for someone to fill that void within, and you will almost take anything to fill that void, and that's what she ended up doing. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the emails that they had back and forth, the I love yous, the I'll fly anywhere for you. And that's just the beginning. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.